Welcome, race fans. This is Ron with Big Wizard TV, and we are live on the air tonight. Hopefully, everybody can hear me and everything working okay. I think it is. It looks like it is. And all the folks out there in TV land, Twitch land, you can let me know if it is. So we are running Procraft Formula One. We are going to be racing here at Road America tonight. Whoa, as we watch Kelly Bishop try and negotiate turn number 3 there. Unsuccessfully on that attempt, but he'll have another try, I'm sure. A few minutes left here in practice. We've got, looks like 15 minutes left. We got a lot to cover. Last week, I was out of town. They were off. I think I was out of town. I was out of town last week, so I didn't get to cover the historic Formula One race that they did at Barber Motorsports Park with the Lotus 79. From what I heard, the final run from the Lotus 79, that car is done for the series. They're going to be running a couple of cars in the future, but not that one. They are going to be running tonight, as you can see on track, the W12 2021 version of the Formula One car. This is the W12 here at Road America. The Formula One cars, these particular Formula One cars, have never run at Road America. However, they did come to the U.S. last year in 2022. In 2021, this car came to Austin, Texas, the Circuit of the Americas, where they ran the U.S. Grand Prix. The next car, the W13 chassis, which is also out and will be running next season in Procraft Formula One series. That one had 2 races. We had one at Austin and one in Miami in 2022. So quick tonight. Looks like Christian Bishop has the point so far. He has some revenge to do. That's his driver. I don't know if I can use that or not. There is a driver running. If we can use that, I might be able to. I'm not sure. I've never tried it. We'll give it a whirl. So we are here running Procraft Formula One. Let's review where we are. Standings. Morgan Teggy, 5 starts, 4 wins for Morgan Teggy, 181 points. Has the lead, 5 wins and 5 podiums. Christian Bishop in Space Sheep Racing. Oh, Morgan Teggy running for Rust Belt Racing. Christian Bishop, Space Sheep Racing Team, 5 starts, 1 win, 4 podiums. Second place with 137 points. So 44 points are separating the two leaders. I think as long as Morgan races every race the rest of the season, I think he's got this, but we'll see. Philip Scott missing tonight, missing the action so far with only 12 minutes left in the practice session. See if he comes in a little later on. He's in 3rd spot with 5 starts, 114 points. Bob Wallace running in No Fox Given Racing. That is 4th spot in the 666 car. He is out here on the racetrack and 4th in the points so far. Will Edwards running for Coast to Coast Racing, and Will has 5 starts and is 5th in points. He's raced every race so far this season. 92 points for Will. And in 6th, Adam Novotny. Everybody out here tonight so far in the top 6 here, except for Philip Scott. He wasn't in the earlier race too. We have a Formula race that we run in East to West Racing, and he didn't make that one. So I'm not sure where Philip is today. Will Edwards, Adam Novotny, Ed Smith in P7. Ed not here with us tonight. He is Daewoo Racing Development. Theo Bishop is the other half of Coast to Coast Racing with Will Edwards. And Kelly Bishop, Space Sheep Racing Team in 9th, with Todd Schwartz in They've Gone Plaid in 10th. Now Todd and everybody are out here tonight. Kelly, Theo. We're missing Ed and Philip out of the top 10. Chris Taramella in P11. Chris is on track tonight. He's in Alfa Romeo Racing. The other guys in the series are not here tonight. But those are mostly, I mean, John Downey shows up a couple times. He's a teammate of Bob Wallace in No Fox Speed Racing. He is not on the track with us tonight, but he has raced 2 times so far. Let's check the schedule. December, January, February. There's only a couple races to go. Groundhog Day, by the way. Happy Groundhog Day, everybody. And Puxatawny Bill, sorry to say, if you're a summer lover, he saw his shadow and ran back in. He's predicted 6 more weeks of winter. And the winter we're having so far, whew, I'm not going to dispute that one. So let's see, we've got 5 down. 3 to go. There's only 8 races this season. We started with Red Bull, the Red Bull Ring. We went to Sonoma, then Indianapolis, Mount Panorama, Barber Motorsports Park last week, and this week Road America, the Wisconsin Grand Prix. Next week we'll be at Long Beach for the Long Beach Grand Prix. That's California. And then we go to Road Atlanta for the final. Road Atlanta is going to be a fun track with these cars. These cars are super fast. Road Atlanta's got some great corners. It should be a lot of fun. This track here, though, let's take a peek. This track here is special. This one is 4.05, basically about 4 miles and a half a tenth. If you put it together that way. This track is amazing. 14 corners. It's extremely high speed. The corners are super tricky to manipulate and get right. As you'll watch a lot of these guys going off track now, they're getting to the end of practice. They're getting this thing down. Turn 1 right out of the box. Hard right-hander down the hill to turn 3, which is probably one of the trickier and most important corners on the racetrack because of the long straightaway all the way down under Sargento Bridge and through the Moraine Sweep down to turn 5, which is a downhill left-hander, which is very hard on the brakes. Let's see if somebody's out here. We can watch Morgan go around. Let's keep an eye on Morgan for a minute. There he goes around turn 1 down the hill. He is not at speed. So I don't think Morgan's going to be our man. Doing a warm-up lap here. Let's check with Christian and see if he is going to do another one. He is coming around. Let's go to his in-car. Here's turn 1. Hard right-hander. He barely slows down. 6th gear. Quite the speed through there. There's the bottom of the hill. That's a tough one. If you get that one right, you're on the gas hard all the way down this long straightaway. They call this turn 4 here, this kink under Sargento Bridge, and then down the hill through the Moraine Sweep, and he is stopping. Thank you, everyone, for making it easy to track people around the race. Appreciate it. All right, let's try it again with Adam. Turn 1. He went to 8. He didn't even slow down. Nope, he's done. People. What are we going to do with you guys? What are we going to do with these people? Hang on to it, Theo. We got healing damage is on, so you just keep driving, buddy. Theo Bishop's going to take us around and do a lap here with us as we go around turn. He's coming around turn 14 right now, coming up on the long front straight. You got to hit that one right because the whole front straight uphill, long, almost a mile long this front stretch. And you have got to have it set correctly to get that one. Here he goes down into turn 1. You'll see barely slowing down at all. Down to 6, takes that right-hander. Speeds up down to turn 3. This is the tricky one. He gets it perfect. Down this Moraine Sweep. Under the Sargento Bridge. Grab yourself a slice of cheese while you're at it. Hard braking here at turn 5. Left-hander down to 2nd gear through there. Under Corvette Bridge, turn 6. And then turn 7 right away here is a flat-out right-hander. Don't even lift there. And hard hard on the brakes again. 2 hurry downs. This is turn 8 and around the carousel for turns 9 and 10. Try to keep as much speed as you can through here. And then we're going to hit the kink. Turn 11. Flat out again. Another corner at Road America. Flat out. Here's turns 11A and B, the little kinks here. And then down hard into Canada Corner. Probably down to 3rd, 4th. Down here. Back up the hill. Very important to get turn 13 here. Stay hard on the gas and then back onto the brakes for turn 14. That is a lap as we come around front stretch. And up the hill, we watch Theo see if he can beat his quickest time, 133.3. No. Good lap though. Looking good out there, Theo. Most exciting car is somebody stopping. It's probably not. As Theo and Kelly are out on the racetrack. Oh, here comes everybody again. We're, 3 minutes left and it's a 2-minute lap. So a minute and a half lap, 3 minutes left. You might as well get out there and run some more practice, right? So that's who's out here. We talked about the drivers. We talked about the teams. We talked about the standings. How about Constructors Championship? The Constructor Championship is the teammates out here running around on the racetrack and how they're doing. So first, Rust Belt Racing, that is Adam Novotny and Morgan Teggy with first place. 4 wins and 7 podiums between the two of them, 256 points total. Spaceship Racing Team is in second with 199 points. Quite a difference there, 57-point gap in the Constructors Championship. 1 win and 4 podiums for those guys. Coast to Coast Racing in third, Zero Fox Given Racing in fourth, Alfa Romeo in fifth, Daewoo Racing Development in sixth, and they've gone plaid in P7. Those are your point gainers for the season. And there are, counting tonight, just a few races to go. 3 to go. Tonight's race. Getting ready to get on to some qualifying. We got some stuff on the screen here for you. I got you I put the standings up there twice because the rolling standings only show you so much. But it does show you who is out front on the standings chart in the top right and across the top, and keep that in order as well with the times, their fastest lap times underneath, so you can see that during qualifying. Looks pretty cool. Lap counter top left, practice time remaining or session time remaining top right. Give you all the info you need, and we have 9 drivers according to our chart in the session. Alright, let's take a moment and talk about awesome spot. I know they're out here. It's so hard to find things. I wish this page was a lot easier to navigate. As practice comes to a close, 22 seconds in the session. Come on, where'd the sponsors go? I had them earlier. So we're not going to talk about the sponsors today. But we're here on Big Wizard TV, and Big Wizard TV has... Wow, you got to be kidding me. I had them on the screen earlier, and now I do not have them. That is insane. Well, we have Procraft, our main sponsor of the league. Procraft is a maker of fine electronic equipment. They can do support for you, they can do IT support, and they can build an entire Alright, I'm done looking. They can build an entire sound system for you if you're into music and you do shows and you do all of the different, like you do concerts or you produce music. They will set up sound studios out of Southern California. Great guys, great company, and great sponsor. Procraft Formula One iRacing series here on Twitch, running on iRacing. Let me get this map out of the way. Overkilled on the map. We didn't even talk about it. So Road America, down the front straight. Turn 3, pretty critical down the long straight. Around under the Corvette Bridge, and then you're into Hurry Downs. Carousel through the Kink, Kettle Bottoms, Canada corner, very famous corner, hard left-hander there, or right-hander there, and then Bill Mitchell Bend, and around through over the top of Hop Tunnel, and the right-hander across the start-finish line. So, fun track, long, 4 miles. Only takes these guys a minute and a half to get around. Very, very quick. Here we go on the warm-up laps for qualifying. No times yet. Just getting out there, getting the warm-ups done, and they'll be starting their first laps now. Morgan Teggy is out there on the point. Looks like he's going to be our first lap getter. Other sponsors for this, obviously broadcast here with Big Wizard TV. We have a couple sponsors. Stair Fittings Incorporated, makers of fine stair woodworking equipment, whether it's stair kits, handrails, any kind of custom woodwork you need for your stairs, and everything else in between, they make it. Great company and really great people. Stair Fittings. All of our sponsors are super cool. Procraft puts up what we need to keep this thing alive and running. Stair Fittings allows us to keep everything on the air here with you. And Grandpa'sKitchen.com. Grandpa's Kitchen is your source for gluten-free products. They have gluten-free flour and mixes to make your favorite goods. All kinds of different desserts and recipes and things out there. And I'll tell you what, it's good stuff. You can't tell the difference. I have had it, and it is good stuff. Here comes Morgan, finishing up his first lap, his first time lap. See where he posts on the chart. See if he's in that 130 range. 130.480 for the first one across the track, across the start-finish line. Bob Wallace comes across with a 131.9. And let me tell you a little bit about what's going on with Morgan here, as he obviously just stopped the car as soon as he was done with his lap. That is by design. In qualifying, especially with the sim racing, you pick your car, you pick your tires, and you put just enough fuel in it to go warm-up lap and a lap, and that's it. So you do the soft compound tires. There's 3 different compounds of tires. We have the red soft tires, the yellow medium compound tires, and then the white hard compound tires. And they differ a couple seconds a lap on how fast you can go with the tires. You'll see throughout the race, the cars do have to change tires. And one of the things on our chart here on the top right you'll see is tire compounds. So the tire compounds, they have to change from one to another. There's 3 to pick from, they have to use 2. Most of them will either start on the mediums or the softs, and they'll switch to the other one. Not very many drivers use the hard compound tires. The races here are they're not super long, so they don't really need to use those hard compound tires. Races here are half distance from an actual Formula 1 race. So tonight, it's going to be a 24-lap race. And so far, out on the top of the timing chart with the provisional pole, Christian Bishop only 2 points behind. And Morgan out there trying to do another one. I'm not sure if he is on a warm-up or a flyer. Looks like he's on a warm-up. is down at the bottom. You see in the relative screen, which shows you where cars are in relation to each other. Morgan says out. So he's going to start another one. Todd Schwartz is going to complete. And Todd, does he get a time? Does he get a time? Come on, Todd. Well, he must have had it off somewhere on that lap. He did not get a time. So Todd's going to have to do it again to get a lap time. Up at the top, you can see him scrolling along. Morgan's out front. Christian, Will, Bob, Kelly is the 132. Top four, 131 and lower. Kelly, Theo, Chris, Adam has not posted a time yet. He is on the racetrack now. We are following Morgan around. Picks the most exciting. We can pick whoever we want. We can watch Adam drive around as he hits Canada corner. Right-handed. Nice and smooth. Let's see if he can post a time. Catches the dirt coming through turn 14 and up the hill. Comes across with his time of... Where does he go? Where does he go? To third. Third spot. Here comes Bob. Bob's on an out lap, so he's just starting off his fast lap. Turn one. Ooh, just barely wide there. I think that was still good though. Down into turn, the little kink there, turn 2 and turn 3. He's just clipping the edge of the racetrack. So far, 130.4, 130.8, 131.1, 131.5. Bob with a 131.9. We'll see if he can improve. Down into turn 5, the left-hander up the hill, under the Corvette bridge. Wow, that camera angle didn't even show you the bridge. Cool. Down into turn 8. And into the carousel. This kink here there's 2 different configurations on the racetrack. Most tracks use the config we're using now, which is just a little kink. And there's another one that throws a chicane in there. iRacing doesn't have that one. Bob, we'll see if he can get himself up there. He's P5 at the moment, 131.9. And there is still left 7 minutes. So everybody's going to be able to do plenty of runs here. Bob pushing the edge everywhere he goes. Through 14 up the hill he goes. And his time as he crosses the line. Does he improve? 131.5. He does, but does not change positions. He's going to stay right there where he's at. As Morgan's warming up for another one. 130.480 so far. That first lap is the best lap so far. Morgan and being followed by Todd Schwartz right now. Doing a little warm-up lap. And Todd can stay close. Fresh tires as they go out and try another lap with low fuel. They get to use DRS. Now DRS is the rear wing. That rear wing flap opens up. You can see it right there. In the back of Morgan's car, and then shut down flat again as he hits the corner to get that rear downforce. You can use DRS on your qualifying lap. You can use the full battery system. They have a battery system in the car. You can use all of that on your qualifying lap. So what they do is they charge up the battery. They put just enough fuel in to go 2 laps. They charge up the battery. They work it with the DRS, and they crank as soon as they hit that lap, which they just started. They crank out as much power as they can on the car to go as fast as possible with the soft tires, the grippy tires, the DRS wing open as much as possible, the battery charged as high as possible, and doing everything they can to get as much power out of the car as they can. As we watch Morgan go around one more time. So far, Morgan on the top. Christian Bishop in the second position so far with a 130.7. Adam Novotny still in third with a 131.1. Only 2 cars so far hitting those 130s, just Kelly and Morgan. And Kelly is going to want this. because he is still trailing in the points, and he does not want to be trailing anymore. He wants to get some more points. Gain quite a few points, 25 points for a win, and only 18 for second. So you get quite a gap for the victory. If you win the most races, you've guaranteed yourself to get, unless you're not finishing races at all, you're most likely going to get that championship. Unless you're checkers or wreckers kind of guy. Boom. Switch Theo there for a second. There's Kelly coming down. Turn 5, and Morgan comes across the line. Pulls over. Does he improve? Yes. 130.3 for Ford. Oh, and Kelly comes around turn 6 there. And loses it at the Corvette Bridge. Just about 5 or 4 minutes left. 3.5 minutes left to qualifying. Yeah, 3.42 minutes left in qualifying. No, about 3.5. Hey, we're having a good time. Hey, I forgot to turn my camera back on. Hey, everybody. Hey! I don't know what side it's on. Forgot to turn myself back on. You guys couldn't see my beautiful, lovely face here. Myself. Big Wizard. On the air. Let's see what we got going on over here. Somebody popped in, popped out. They don't stay long. But I did pick up another follower. Kyle Robinson picked up as a follower. Kyle, thank you very much for joining Big Wizard TV out here on Twitch. Appreciate you joining us. Hopefully you can catch a little bit of the action tonight. We are just about to get started. Just under 3 minutes left in the qualifying session. Since they do have to do a warm-up, this is about it. They could probably get a warm-up lap in and one more if they get out now. As you can see, there's a pile of cars in pit lane. They're starting to wiggle around. Here comes Theo finishing up his lap, 158.0. That is not his 132.9. Here's Taramella, 134.4. Morgan out front. Christian doing his best. Let's see if he's got anything for him. Christian's on an out lap right now. He's coming around through the kink here. Getting those tires up to temperature, trying not to overheat them and burn them off before the lap starts. And he has Will Edwards out in front of him. Will in P4 right now on the Pagoda. We are going to see if he can move up a little bit. He's only 4/10 behind Adam. And there he goes, throwing on that MG UK, getting all the power down to the ground. MGKU. That's why I don't say it, because I can't remember what it's called. Down into turn 1 he goes. Nice little halo bar right there in the middle of the screen for the driver. That's awesome. It's in real life, that halo. I mean, the halo's necessary, right? I mean, that is the part of the car that saves your life. So you want to have that there. There's a metal halo around the car. Let's see if I can show it to you here. It's around the cockpit, right around the driver's head. And they're going pretty fast. Probably not going to see it very well. I wonder if there's a... Yeah, you can kind of see it there. On his car, it's white, so it's hard to see. You can see the little ring around his head above the steering wheel. That is the halo. And they call it that because it makes a lot less angels than they used to in Formula 1 because of that device. That device is very sturdy and very strong. It's off the driver. So if the driver hits the car upside down or something on top of the car, that halo will stop it. There you can see it really well. That halo will stop whatever it is that's either above the car or under the car from crushing the driver. And there goes Christian finishing up his lap. Does not improve. We are out of time, folks. 2 minutes left. Where's my flags? Oh, there they are. set monitors, so lots of importance. There we go. Checker flag, checker flag. Session is over. And that's it for qualifying. They can finish their laps, but the only one out there on the track right now was Theo. So that's your running order. Morgan Teggy takes the pole. Christian Bishop in P2. Adam Novotny and Will Edwards will take row 2. Bob Wallace, Kelly Bishop will have row 3 side by side. Theo Bishop and Todd Schwartz row 4. Chris Tartamella on row 5. As we finish up qualifying, a minute left on the session, and then they'll line them up and get it going. As we take a quick break and give a shout out to our sponsors, Procraft, makers of fine audio equipment and IT support staff service. Stair Fittings Incorporated, manufacturers of fine woodworking products and stair parts for your house, your home, or business. And grandpaskitchen.com. Grandpa's Kitchen for gluten-free products, including flours, mixes, and recipes. Go to grandpaskitchen.com. All right, here we go. You will see the green flag fly. As soon as that does, we'll be underway. They're lining up now. Looks like they're all there. Everybody's ready. We'll hear the engines go up and the green flag go once they're all set. There it goes. Here we go. And a lot of them are starting on those medium tires. Every driver starting on the medium compound tire. And here they go. Here's the start. Will they get a clean start? There they go. Oh, Adam Novotny does not, but Morgan Teggy, Christian Bishop, and Will Edwards, as well as Bob Wallace, all get a great jump out of there. Morgan out front, followed by Christian, Will, Kelly, and then Adam, and then Bob. So it was Kelly that got the great jump off the line. Jumped in right behind Will Edwards. Adam Novotny dropped from 3rd down to 6th. That started. Pretty clean through the first corner. As they turn down into turn 5 now, already halfway around the racetrack. Everybody makes it through. They're a little side-by-side through here. Not really a place to run side-by-side, but Adam makes it work, and he takes that spot back from Will Edwards. He's back up into P4 already. P5. P5 right now. Watch Will here in P6. Starting in P4, he didn't have a great jump. 4-5. Will's in 5th. You need to wait for my timing chart to come back around and reset. I got the order: Morgan Teggy, Christian Bishop, Kelly Bishop, Adam Novotny, Will Edwards, Bob Wallace, Todd Schwartz. Chris Tartamella are your order. And here comes Christian down into the... Oh, he took a chance down into Canada corner, but didn't make it work. As they're coming around for the finish of lap 1. Morgan Teggy out in the front, but goes wide. Oh, Morgan goes wide. There's a rare mistake for Morgan. He does get back on the track, but he's going to drop back, way back. Healing damage is going to fix the car, but Kelly Bishop is definitely going to take advantage of that. Right back out in the front as Kelly crosses the line, Christian crosses the line first, and Kelly, with a great run, stays ahead of Adam Novotny into turn 1. But I think Adam's going to get him here. Ooh, Adam actually back to 4th now as Will Edwards got a great draft down the hill into turn 1. A lot of action going on here. Adam getting a draft on Will, trying to thread that needle to get by the two of them, but just can't figure out how to do it. Kelly Bishop on the inside takes the corner. Oh, and loses it. Oh, and also takes out Adam, but Adam's car will fix itself. He'll get back out there, but that's going to drop him back to P8. There goes Chris Tartamella going by. And that is for 8th spot. So not what he wanted. Everybody with a little bit of bumping and banging, a little bit of trouble here so far as we get started. Morgan Teggy now up to 6th. Christian Bishop out front and sailing. Christian with a 3-second lead over 2nd place Will Edwards. And Christian is all over this one. You guys go ahead and mix it up back there. I'm gone. Morgan is back into third as he comes around in front of Bob Wallace right there for third spot. As they go back up the hill and into turn 14 for the front stretch where Morgan lost it the first time, does a lot better that time. Up the hill they go. Now DRS is not active yet since they're only on lap 2 of the vehicle. That'll be just starting lap 3 now. They will not see it, I believe, until the end of lap 3. It might be middle of lap 3. We'll find out here shortly because they're going to be coming around to the spot where it turns on. And it is open. Lap 3. Morgan Fecky with DRS and the DRS train Bob Wallace behind him as they start gaining into turn 5 on second place Will Edwards. This battle here for second is the tight race on the racetrack right now. Morgan trying to get by as they come up through Corvette Tunnel, or Corvette Bridge. Down into turn 8, and they're going to hit the carousel. Does he have enough to go around the outside? Like I said, everybody running on the Oh, and there's the mistake. Will goes a little wide, hits the grass, and Morgan says, see you later, I'm gone. And that is it for that. Morgan back into P2, and he is on the prowl trying to catch Christian Bishop, and he has 8 seconds of a gap. And Morgan goes a little bit wide. Here's Bob Wallace in the 666. He's going to come along. They're 3 wide coming into Canada corner. And Will Edwards takes the position back. Oh, as Morgan spins and hits the wall. Oh my goodness, that's completely unseen. We are watching just history in the making tonight. I haven't seen this in a long time. We'll see Morgan limp himself back around. He's in 4th position, still ahead of Todd Schwartz. Not having the night he wants. Bob Wallace into 3rd. Will Edwards holds on to 2nd spot. Christian Bishop extends his lead now 8 seconds over 2nd spot. And this battle, still the best battle on the racetrack. Christian out front and cruising. Bob is going to use DRS here as they go down through Moraine Sweep, and he's going to see if he can get enough of a run to dive down on the inside. He's going to peek at it. He's going to try it. He's in there, but no, he does not make that stick. He backs out of it. Probably wise not to force that, if the 2 of them would have been in the wall, and Morgan would have been right back by. Morgan with just a slip last lap into Canada corner, just overcooks it, spins around, and fortunately does not take out anyone else. It was just him involved, and I can guarantee you Morgan is back on his horse, and he will have the fastest lap in no time trying to catch back up. Morgan is one of those drivers that typically we do not see that type of activity from him. But hey, every day's race day and every day's a different one, so you never know what you're going to see come race day. As Bob takes that corner on the inside, goes around into the Canada corner up the hill and in front, making the pass for 2nd spot. Bob Wallace back in 2nd. Finish line. You'll see the order behind the chart. There you go. Bob into 2nd, Will into 3rd, and Morgan 4th, followed by Todd Shorts, Chris Tartamone, Theo Bishop, and Adam Novotny in P8. Adam is back into P7, but Adam not having the race he wants tonight. 3:26.69. I think 9th is Kelly, has dropped back. He was doing great at the start. Had an incredible start of the race, but has dropped way back. As Morgan continues to fall, he has now dropped back to 5th, 6th, as they come across the line. I don't know what happened. But Morgan drops back even farther, and that is really going to hurt his day. He's probably pushing a little too hard and made a little boo-boo. Up to 5th now as he gets by Chris Tartamone. Chris running nice and smooth there in the 44. Up to P5. Morgan just got by and is gone as they go through the carousel. Theo right behind him, followed by Adam. Oh, and Theo comes around. Was that Did he have help? Did he have help? Let's check it out. Oh no, he hit the grass, got a little wide. Oh, he did get bumped. Oh, it did look like a bump there. Oops, wrong car. Ah, can't tell from there, can we? Yeah, that looks like, yeah, a little nudge, little nudge. Not supposed to do that one there, Mr. Adam. Adam won't be happy about that. He's probably going to have to give that position back. Or maybe a penalty post-race on that one. Up front, cruising like a sailor. I sail. Christian Bishop out front with a 10-second lead over second place Will Edwards. Will got back in front of Bob Wallace. Bob right there in third. Not letting him get away. He's going to have DRS again. He might have something for him with the draft on the front stretch if he gets a good jump or gets a good exit out of turn 14. Now you might notice Kelly, Theo, and Christian all with the same last name. No coincidence there. Theo's two sons, Kelly and Christian. Gets that little off that turn 14 is not going to help him even in the draft on that uphill. Christian and Kelly run the league here and make all the contacts there with Procraft to make all this happen. So Bob trying what he can. He is within a second. He will get DRS again here. But he's going to need a freight train to help him catch up with Will Edwards. And some really clean laps. Morgan Teggy in fourth spot. He's running by himself again, out in front. Back and forth out in front of Todd Schwartz and Adam Novotny. Now, I wonder about Adam, where he'll end up. There goes Todd, a little wide there. That's going to give Adam a chance to catch him here as they come around through turn number 8 downhill into the braking. A little bobble back there on turn 5 is just enough to let another driver get some momentum on you. And you've got to keep your speed up here. These cars do have enough power to get back up to speed quickly. You definitely don't want to lose any ground on the exit, because then you lose all of that speed on the next straightaway as well. Turn on, I know it's up there, lap 7. But I like the lap count. Don't you like the lap count? I like the lap. Let's put it up. Lap 7 for the 4, and there goes Adam. Uses that slipstream up the hill, gets by Schwartz just before the start-finish line, and takes over P5. There's the swap. So we're going to be running 24 laps. We're 1/3 of the way through. We're running the medium compound tires. The speeds, the lap times, still in the 134, 135 range. Morgan running 134 as well as Christian. As you can tell, no 130s. That's qualifying fuel and qualifying tires. But we'll see if they can hang on to everything. Oh, the little camera adjuster flipped, turned on. All these apps and programs, making it fun to find what you're looking for out here on the screen. I need to make this a little taller. Click the buttons out. As we're watching Adam in P4. Now Will Edwards in P3. Now Adam's in P5. Here comes Will. Now Bob got back around in the last lap. Bob up to P2. Chris Tartamella and Adam was moving away from these guys, and then they caught him. This track, it's so fast. The track is fast enough that it's really difficult to not make a mistake throughout the race. I mean, it's quite challenging. All right, so let's go to the front. Christian Bishop out front. Oh, that was a battle there. It was. Oh, and Kelly got around him. Let's go up front. Number 26, Christian Bishop out in the front. Running a 15-second lead over second place Bob Wallace. Bob and Will back and forth on this second spot. Neither one can decide who wants it. Bob has it. Will's chasing him down. Oh, and Will goes wide. Oh, does gather it back up there on turn 14. That is a terrible corner to lose, because that'll give Bob the chance to just break away and take off all the way up that hill full speed. And that's Will falling backwards, closer and closer to the clutches of Morgan Teggy. Morgan not having the race he wants to have, but we're only 10 laps in. We're only 9 laps in. We just started lap number 10. Now, granted, he's 23 seconds behind the leader. That's going to be hard to overcome. But I think he's got a chance at second spot here, depending on Bob and... Oh, Chris drops. Chris drops. What happened to Chris? Schwartz there. Chris takes that spot away. Moves up into Kelly around turn 14, completing lap number 10. And he's pretty much got it. He has got this in hand, well in hand. Starting lap number 11 of 24. Bob has managed to pull away now and claim sole ownership of P2 at the moment. Will Edwards, 3 seconds back. He is in P3 right there, coming over the hill there. Following, and there's Morgan Teggy in P4. You got a ways back now to P5. Adam Novotny just coming up the hill across the start-finish line, followed by Kelly Bishop. Tartamella and Todd Schwartz. Theo Bishop rounding out the field. He's coming up the hill now. Everybody on the lead lap. Everybody's still cruising here. Quite a large race round, so it's going to be tough to lap anybody, but probably going to happen here before the end of the race if not everybody keeps it all clean and tidy. Christian 34 seconds behind Theo. He's still doing pretty good out there, running some pretty good laps. Last lap time of the 147.6. Oh, there's Chris. Chris, a little bobble, Chris, coming down into that turn 5 area. That's a tough spot. Hard on the brakes, locks it up, hits the gas and comes around. I'll tell you what, that is a tough corner, that turn 5. That is tricky. I don't know if you can get 9 cars more spread out on the racetrack than these are right now. Everybody's running the same compound, so everybody's going to probably be on the same strategy when it comes to tires. That's going to make it tough to gain any advantage on tire spread. Everybody starts on the mediums, runs them 2/3 the way, and switches them over to the softs. Then, you know, it's just going to be everybody doing the same thing. So you can make a mistake in the pitch, you can have an error there, but chances are everybody on the same strategy, everybody in the same order. But I think Morgan wants to dispute that because he's trying to gain on these guys, but Will is not letting him catch very quickly, and Bob has held his spot 3 seconds ahead of Will Edwards. Morgan Teggy 3.5 seconds behind Will Edwards as we watch Will go through pink full throttle in his Mercedes W12 Formula. Change to screens. That. And that. And then we cannot show you speed because they won't show it to me if it's not my car. I was on a team last week when I was doing a broadcast. Doing a broadcast for the 24-hour, and I could see a lot more information when you're part of the team. If you're a team member, that group has all kinds of data. I might set it up so my broadcast user is a team member for all these guys, and that would make it so I can see a lot more data on the stream. So we'll see if they want to do that. Maybe we'll do that for next race. 2 to go after this one. As the race has come across halfway, we're on lap 13 of 24. Christian Bishop out front by quite the margin. Let's go check on our other pack here. As the gaps are closing slightly, Will Edwards down to a 2.2 gap, second spot, and Morgan 2.8 behind him. So they're closing up a little bit on each other as that battle for second, third, and fourth is going to heat up. It looks to me like Adam here in P5 has finally got his footing and gained sole possession here. Hopefully he can hold on to it and not have any more mistakes and have a good finish for Rust Belt Racing tonight. We're still tightening this up. This little gap here, this little battle. Two and a half seconds. As Morgan gains, Will gains. Bob's still holding on. 135.8 for the last lap, and Will at 135.7. Morgan 134.9, the fastest lap on lap 13. As you watch Bob go around here for a bit, through the carousel, across the kink, and down into Kettle Bottom to the Canada corner here. Flat out through this section. One of the faster parts of the racetrack. It's a little bit downhill, so it's not like that front stretch where you're climbing up that hill all the way through. Through turn yeah, there we go. Through turn 13 and turn 14 and onto the front stretch. Morgan Teggy comes in the pits. Morgan Teggy is in. Just over halfway. Morgan is in the pit lane. He has changed tire compounds. I think we won't be able to see him very well unless the tires change. On iRacing, sometimes the tires don't change color, even though they change the tires. But when the tire compounds do pop up, we'll see it on the screen. As Morgan goes for a new set of rubber, and he was doing the quickest laps. Yeah, he's got reds on now. He was doing the quickest laps of the race, but trying to get this early. And hey, look at this. Friend, co-worker, whatever he is, Todd Schwartz doing the same. Bob Wallace still holding that gap, 2.5 seconds over Will Edwards. With Morgan into the pit lane, that puts him back into P5. Adam gets in front of him. Chris Tartamella coming in. Everybody's starting to come in here on lap 15. We still have 9 to go. It's a little early for the 1/3 mark. But oh! That was Will. That was P3. Where'd he go? That was Will in that spot. In Canada corner. Tricky corner. Uphill, banked. A little dip in it. Oh, and he just comes around. He saves it. Oh, and then does not save it. Car will fix itself here, and he'll get going again, but he loses it a little bit on that. But definitely not what he wanted to see. Okay, so far, apparently I don't have the pit information on the screen. How come I don't have that on there? I have the pit info on the bottom, but I don't have the lap that they pit. Let me see if I can get that up there. You gotta find it. That's the tough thing. Boom. There we go. That helps a little bit. So Morgan, Adam, Todd, Chris, and Kelly have all come in for tires. Done that tire change over to the soft compounds, as you can see. Chris went to the mediums again. So that's an interesting trick. Let's see how that works. Maybe he doesn't feel that these softs could get to the end, but he will have to change tire compounds before the end of the race, or his race will not count. Theo moves past Todd Schwartz as Theo pulls into the pit lane. Todd Schwartz goes by. That was a pit exchange from Todd last lap, Theo this lap. I think we're going to see the rest of them coming in fairly soon. As Chris comes in again. Apparently Chris didn't get the tires he wanted the last time. He was in the pit lane. He's going to try it again. Christian out front still has not pit. Running those medium tires, running some really fast laps though. 1:35.2 was his last lap. Morgan's still on his out lap the last time through, 1:55.5. We'll see if he gets some quicker times now with those red tires and how long those will last. Christian's hoping that he's got this under control. Stays out a little bit longer. This is about when I would expect him to come in. We'll watch and see if Christian does do exactly that at the end of this lap as he comes around Canada corner up the hill. He turns 13 and 14. We'll see if he dives for pit lane on the front stretch. There's the entrance to the right, and he is going for it into the pit lane. Very, very long pit lane. He slows it down to pit speed. 37 miles an hour. Very slow pit speed here. He crawls. Bob in second spot is also going to dive into the pits. And he'll be changing over to those red soft compound tires. And this is going to let Will currently, after that spin, on the same lap with the leaders. You can see, if you can see that track map on the bottom, the 666 just crawling through the pit lane. As Christian gets back out, and Will goes in. Christian now on the red compound tires. Will Morgan have what he needs? Did he get enough fast laps in to get into the podium positions. As he goes by in the pit lane, he just goes by the 888, and that puts Morgan up into possibly second position. Yes, he is. The undercut worked as well as could be expected. Morgan has pulled himself ahead of Bob Wallace and is now in P2. Pit stops complete. Now the question, how long can the soft compound tires last? Is it enough to keep out in front? And does he have enough to catch Christian Bishop? Christian's been running some incredible lap times and very smooth all night long, no mistakes. Morgan cannot say the same. Morgan has had plenty of errors on the night. As we watch Bob here in P3, and then Will Edwards coming around in P4 with Adam Novotny now closing in on the back of Will Edwards. Adam pit a couple laps earlier. He pit on lap 16. Will on lap 18, just this last lap. And it looks to me like Adam has really gotten going. Just ran his fastest lap of the race, 1:34.5. Morgan Teggy clicks off the quickest lap of the entire race. Last time around, his fastest was 1:33. 1:33.579 for Morgan. And these two guys from Rust Belt Racing are really cooking into this one. Lap 18, lap 19 for the leaders. As we watch Christian Bishop catching up with some lap traffic. And we'll see if Morgan has what he, or if Adam has what he needs to get by Will Edwards. Not yet. Not yet. Will this lap traffic slow down Christian Bishop? As we let him go. That would be a blue flag situation. He should kind of let him by and let him go. There he goes. He does let him go. And that should help Christian just hold on to that lead. He's got a monstrous lead at the moment. Nothing is for certain. He's got a 19-second lead, but Morgan taking off some really fast laps with the fastest lap of the race and still running 1:34 versus a really slow lap that last time. And Christian just locks out the fastest lap of the race himself, even passing a lap traffic. Just puts out a 1:33.576. Morgan's last fastest of the 1:33.579, 3/1000ths of a second different for the fastest lap of the race so far. And it might not be over, depending on how long these tires last. It might not be over. Adam on the ground, 1 second now behind Will Edwards. If he can get within the one underneath a second, down to 0.9 before he gets to the DRS zone coming off turn 3. He will have DRS, but looks like Will is holding on with a great launch off of the last corner. This is where your action is right now. Christian Bishop is out front. Morgan Teggy in second, Bob Wallace in third in this battle here in fourth between Will Edwards and Adam Novotny. Will holds on to that 1 second lead over fifth place Adam Novotny, and Will is not going to allow Adam to get that DRS. With the DRS down these long straightaways, huge advantage for the car in chase mode. But you've got to get there to get it. You've got to be on it to get the benefit. It doesn't look like Adam has what it takes at this point. Now his tires are 2 laps older. It does not look like he has what it takes to catch Will Edwards in fourth position. Up front, Christian Bishop running the quickest laps of the day. Another 1:33.122, another fastest lap of the race, as he stretches his lead to 20 seconds. But Morgan, I think, has the recovery race of the day. He's definitely got the recovery of the race going, because he has corrected his errors from earlier on and has moved himself into P2, solidly into P2. And he will be happy with that finish with the incidents that he had early on. I don't think he'll be happy with it overall, but salvaging a P2 is about as best he could have done with what happened, unless Christian has a problem. And so far, Christian is running error-free tonight. He's lapped one car and is about to come up upon another. There are 3 cars now, 2 cars now, lap down. It's Chris Tartamella and Theo Bishop. We could have soon we could have another one here if Todd Schwartz allows him to get close enough to use that DRS. He's only 4 seconds off right now and gaining. Todd did switch to the red compound tires. He is running the red tires. It looks like he's running yellows because iRacing doesn't like us every day, every time. They like us a lot, but not all of them. Just how it is. The computer does not update correctly every time. So. Will Edwards in 4th, Adam Novotny in 5th. This battle here stretched out now to a 1.7 second gap. Will, as long as no more mistakes. Coming around lap 22 into turn 3 here. 3 to go in this contest. Christian with a flawless race tonight, way out in front. It's a 21 second lead over Morgan, 27 seconds over 3rd place Bob Wallace. Bob in 3rd, a 20-second gap to Will. Christian comes across, and that makes 2 to go. Lap 23 of 24. Just 2 more around, 2 more circuits, 8 more miles. So Christian is gaining on Todd Schwartz. Todd's just going to slow down, let him by here on the Moraine sweep. I don't think there's any reason Todd needs to push that. He doesn't lose anything by going down a lap. The leader is definitely faster. Rather than having him catch in this section, which is tight and twisty, just let him go by on the straightaway. Very smart move from Todd. Todd in the 420. Down into turn 8 and into the carousel. Really fun and exciting track, this one. A lot of fun to drive. You're right on the edge all the time. Good. You know, I've been racing with Todd for a couple of years, and I'll tell you what, I raced F1 for a couple of seasons, and it's intense. This car is a handful and a half. It's a really fun car to drive, but you've got to be on your toes, and that's the white flag. That is the white flag for our leader, Christian Bishop. He is on the final lap. Coming around one more time, we can see our flag man going nuts up there as they went by. White flag for the drivers. Christian Bishop out in front, Morgan Teggy in 2nd. But I was saying that you know, Todd has greatly improved his driving in the GT class that we run on Sundays since he's been running this Formula 1 car. This car will teach you how you have to drive. If you make a mistake, it has no forgiveness. This thing is in the wall hard as soon as you make one little mistake. So you got to be really precise with this one, and it really improves the driver ability. Christian Bishop, 22nd lead over 2nd place Morgan Teggy as he's coming around the carousel for the final time. They'll be going through the kink, through the bottoms, and then off to Canada corner. And this race is just about finished as Christian putting the laps down. Coming around turn 14, here it is, the final corner. He can push it to the line at this point with the lead he's got. Christian Bishop up over the line and takes the win with a little wiggle to the car across the start-finish line for the victory. Congratulations, Christian, on the beautiful, near-perfect victory today. Here comes second place Morgan Teggy around the final corner. He will be catching up with Theo Bishop and use a little draft there as he comes up the hill. Across the line in second spot. There he goes. As we go to where's third? Third place. That's Bob Wallace. And then in fourth, Will Edwards. This is still under contest. It's still under protest here. Oh! Adam was trying, pushed really hard. Adam in fifth follows Will up the hill and across the start finish line. That will be Will in fourth place with Adam in fifth. That little bobble you saw as he was going around the corner, that final corner, that is enough. You do not have what you need to get up the hill. A little slip is all it takes. And that was it. Will Edwards takes P4, Adam Novotny P5, Kelly Bishop P6 is right now. We're watching him finish his lap. This is coming around turn 13 right now. Final corner and up the hill on the long straight. And that's Kelly in P6. Todd Schwartz, Theo Bishop, and Chris Tartamella round out the field. Congratulations to Christian. Great recovery from Morgan. And a great run from Bob Wallace all the way through. Let's go over to the broadcast booth. Let's see if we can get some people down here. My problem is that I don't know what you can hear. Let's see what you can. Okay, so I need to stay on here for you to hear me. And then when these guys come in, I think you'll hear them in the desktop audio channel. But I'm going to hang out here while these guys get it all set up. They're supposed to come drive around to the front stretch. And they are going to line them up on the front straight. Whoops. In order, 1, 2, 3 at the start-finish line. There is our winner, Christian Bishop, Morgan Teggy over here on this side. Bob Wallace comes around to the other side. 1, 2, and 3. There they are. Tonight's race winners. Congratulations to all of them. Looks like Bob wants to make sure his car's in the front. Good race, everybody. That was a lot of fun. Christian, how you doing?
Pretty good.
Yeah, nice run tonight, man. Nice run. I think. Did you have any off tracks or anything? It seemed like you ran just perfect.
Got that 0x, which felt good. It was, this is a fun track. I've done it a lot in other things, not Formula One. But
yeah,
the F1 car makes any track just look like a toy track. You just can push the limits so hard. It's very fun.
I think Bob might have heard me say he wanted to have his car out in front of the picture. He just backed up. Good run for Christian. Very good run tonight. You deserve that one all the way. Morgan, what early on your car was on? I don't know if you had marbles on the tires or what you did.
Did you also get into attack mode on accident? Basically, that's what happened to me. Yeah. My attack mode was set.
No, just lost concentration a couple times.
Yeah. You were off in the grass a couple times. Recovered really well. Your pit strategy, everybody started on the medium compound tire. Everybody was on the same tire. So I'm like, well, there's no strategy tonight. We're going to switch over to the softs and finish the race. But great job going in a couple laps early and gaining some spots. You got in front of Bob through that pit exchange in the undercut. So it worked really well.
Yeah, just trying to consolidate there. But it's a fun track. Just wish it went better, but Christian definitely deserved it. He ran clean.
Yeah, it was a good race. Yeah. And Bob, P3 on the podium. Nice job. You and Will, man, you were going back and forth for the first half of the race. Almost every other lap, it seemed like a different driver was in front.
Yeah, it was kind of a knockdown, drag-out fight between he and I, and then I made a pretty large mistake near Canada Corner, and he got it back for a few laps, and it was all I could do to chase him down, really.
Yeah, well, he repaid you the favor. He did the same thing in the same corner. That's what got you out in front of him, and you stayed out in front at that point.
I'm not really sure what Morgan was doing behind me for that pit strategy, but I think while Will and I were fighting up there, he was just making up time on us because he came out, I think, about 3 or 4 seconds in front of me.
Yeah, that was he went in earlier than everybody else. I think a lap earlier than some, and 2 laps earlier than most. And those soft compound tires really helped him get that jump. But I don't think it. I mean, the gap to the front was too big, but he was able to get by and put himself into P2 for a good finish. So,
Yeah,
good
I'm
race.
surprised. I thought somebody was going to beat him.
I
Dang
was
it.
trying to chase him back down after the pit stops, but I think I decided about 4 laps left to just consolidate and not push because the track was getting hotter, and I didn't want to eat up the tires.
Yeah, it ate up the rears really fast, I found. I was starting to get really slidey early.
Well, it was a fun one to watch. Plenty of action all around. You guys had a lot of fun. A couple cars made it, or you ended up passing a couple cars, getting them a lap down there, Christian. But your road was clean almost the whole night.
Yeah, it went pretty well. I mean, when Morgan has the one rare bad race, it got to be able to capitalize, you know. And
Capitalize, you did.
he still got second somehow, despite going off like twice.
Yeah.
Madman.
Thrice.
Thrice.
I mean,
Which
I
is
didn't
also a
help
good-
that with my couple mistakes in there. Like I said, I was trying to keep him behind me, but one too many mistakes. Ended with 1X, so I'll take it, but just a couple areas where I had to put both feet in it and hope it kept straight.
Yeah, there was a couple really loosey-goosey moments that I'm... Actually, one right before Morgan went off the first time where I almost died at the end of that first steer, or the back straight, basically. Almost died coming out of that corner.
Well, it was fun to watch. Good race, everybody. Congratulations to the 3 of you for the podium finish. And we'll be excited to jump over to next week. We got 2 to go in the championship. This will close it up a little bit. We'll see how it turns out. Looks like it's working up to be a good finish with next week at Long Beach. Thanks, everybody,
Ooh,
for
that should
tuning
be
in.
fun.
As always, do not race on the road. Race here with us, Procraft Formula One, every Thursday night here on iRacing. You can check us out on twoleagues.com, and all the action is on Big Wizard TV. That's tv.bigwizard.com. You can catch all the action post-race over there. Thanks, everybody, and have a great night. We'll see you on the next race. Good night, all.
Hey,
Thanks for broadcasting again, Ron.
Yep.
Thanks.
As always, the man.